good evening. This is the show number 81 of the Ask Julius Show here in Expansion Network. Thank you so much for being back again with us, ready for another unbelievable show with Kasey Wallace and obviously Julius and their group of entities. Hi, Kasey. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing? You know, these sneak in Sunday evening shows are very different energy. And just want to extend a warm welcome into our audience that is able to join us tonight. So thanks for being with us on a Sunday.
Absolutely. Thank you for being with us on a Sunday. The Sundays have a different energy for sure. Everybody has a different perspective. Also, we are fully aware also that we have a lot of friends, members of our audience. By the way, making sure that the sound is the best possible. That we have a lot of members of our audience who are actually from Australia. So we know that actually the week is starting soon for them. We really appreciate them being with us every single day or every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the time in which we broadcast worldwide. We have friends in North, Central, South America, in Europe, in literally everywhere in the world, in Asia, you name it. And you guys join us every single Sunday. In this case, we typically broadcast on Thursdays, but this week we're doing it on Sundays. And this month we're doing it on Sundays due to the fact that we are actually going to hold a face-to-face retreat this upcoming weekend, which is going to be amazing. And we're going to talk about it. And actually, we're going to show immediately the QR code so you can have more information about this retreat. It's going to happen in Sarasota, in Florida, in the U.S., United States of America. All right. So thank you so much again for everybody being here. We start having, people saying great things. We have someone called, okay, let me see here, Pura Vida Wahina. I guess Pura Vida is what the people from Costa Rica say all the time. I guess they are connecting with us in Costa Rica, or they just are ticos or ticas, or they just love Costa Rica a lot. We love the Caribbean a lot, and we love definitely Costa Rica. And then we have more friends here. Turk Thornton. Love and light to all. So happy to see everyone. Absolutely the same here. And then, okay, so someone is saying Expansion Network, please use the link for our other YouTube. It has started. Yes, it has started. Look at that. And also we have a friend in, so actually Pura Vida Wahina. Look at that. It's 1 p.m. Monday in New Zealand. Look how far we were actually locating Pura Vida Wahina. Sorry about that. But anyway, it's nice to know that you are in New Zealand. New Zealand is an amazing country. It's beautiful. It's so freaking beautiful. Actually, I know a few people that are there. We have also Jason Anthony. Where is that? All right. So Expansion Network. Yes, Expansion Network. All right. So I think there's a conversation going on here. That's for sure. Okay. Howdy. We have a Shirley Thornton here. Howdy. Again, we like to read all those messages from our audience because definitely, they're sending us their love. And here at Expansion Network, we are so happy to have you. All right. So we have a long question here from Charity Thornton. Let's go for it. Julius, how I enjoying interacting with you. This has been such a pleasure since coming across Kasey and you all. But I have so many questions, so many things that I want to know. I know that I am you and you are me. There is only one of us here. By the way, I forgot to make myself small. So we make Kasey and Julius the main screen and the main character of the show. There is only one of us here. What is the first steps I can take to tap into my own power and begin to access all the information I seek from within? I am ready to look into myself for answers, for I know that I am source. I'm really looking forward to your response, sending love and light from the cosmos.
Masters, the conscious journey has an endless array of how it operates for each one of you, and that is the truth. we offer that through our teachings, through our courses and our classes. And usually when you are as enthusiastic as you are, which is amazing, it's the journey of dissolving the judgment against all thought that you do not realize that you have, that you don't realize that you have. When we can get into it and explaining that to you in several of our courses and classes, but people have no recognition of how much they judge thought, not just a person, master, not just a thing, but thought itself. When you are resonating in judgment, you're in a low frequency current and you can't reach levels of high consciousness. There's a course on our website called The 7 Levels of Consciousness Expanded. We would highly recommend you take that course. If you never took anything else ever again, it would give you so much information to explain what the journey is about, what you're looking for, how to traverse across it. You can even apply it to other people's teachings and theories and make some far and better sense of what everybody is talking about. But the very first thing that is extremely useful and works to a huge advantage for you, Master, on your journey is to understand where you are now, where you are on your conscious journey. What does that mean? And how to move and where to decipher from where you are going. That's what we can tell you. That's far too much of a conversation for us to have here on these platforms. It's a lifetime of teaching and a lifetime of application. But we want to thank you for being on your conscious journey, because it is truly amazing state of beingness. And may your journey bring you nothing but joy.
Thank you so much for that answer. Let's go to the next question. Okay, let me see what the next question is. It comes from Ursula Baker, our friend. Hi, Ursula. How are you today? Why are thyroid issues so prevalent in the USA? What are some suggestions that would help balance the thyroid hormone and the endocrine system in general?
Yeah. You're filled with metal particles here in the U.S. So graphene oxide and aluminum are very much adhere to your soft tissue glands. They very much affect the brain and the glandular system, and that is intentional to make you very, very, very sick and very, very dependent on things that the doctor prescribed to you. We have to be careful what we say, according to getting strikes on YouTube. And that's extremely prevalent here in the US. It also comes through these things that you inject in your body. So it's metal fragments, masters. That's what happens. So it attacks your glands. The human body is designed to work on hormone flow. That is your restoration system. It is your recovery system. It is what takes you through all kinds of an amazing, what we want to call elongated life. It also, when your glands and your hormones are not operating properly, your immune system does not operate properly either. So the glands and all of the hormones are least flourishing, least abundant in the US, and has a lot to do with the metal fragments that are in your body through all different types of systems, from the food that you eat to the water that you drink to the things that you inject inside your bodies. And if you are having glandular problems and hormone problems, you got brain problems too, master. And the reason that they put that so much deficiency in the physical body is, of course, to initiate the erosion of the brain, which is in dementia and Alzheimer's, which is 100% metal related, aluminum and graphene oxide. And of course, it calcifies and prevents the pituitary and pineal gland from communicating with each other. So you cannot reach stages of enlightenment, and you will not know yourself as source, and you will continue to comply. So that is why it has to do with metals.
All right, thank you so much. New and existing members of our audience keep coming in. Thank you so much for saying hello, for sending our love, all of you that are arriving here. By the way, I wanted to make sure that I showed this. The 7 levels of consciousness class has changed my life, says Daylene. Nice to hear. The 7 levels of consciousness class has changed my life. Actually, that's something that Julius just referred to. That's why I wanted to show it here. And also, let me see, because there was another beautiful comment. By the way, Pura Vida Joaquin says, yes, Pura Vida is pure life in Costa Rica. It's actually a common way that they greet to each other in Costa Rica. And Joaquin is a woman in New Zealand native language. We love native. We love native here for a million reasons. So thank you so much, Pura Vida Joaquin, for sharing that with us. And let me go back to the next question that we have online, and it comes from Jason Anthony. All right. So, how do we accelerate our ascension process, and is there corresponding activities that can be done with the physical body to assist this acceleration, such as diet, exercise, or psychedelic substances?
We do not support psychedelic substances of any kind, Master. Getting yourself into a hallucinogenic state does not accelerate your consciousness. In fact, it hinders your consciousness. Your conscious journey is 100% controllable by you. And hallucinogenic state, you are out of control. That is not a high consciousness state. It's a hallucinogenic state. And that's what we say definitively about that. We are going to support, in our opinion, because we have to say that now, that psychedelics calcify the pineal gland. And we're going to leave it at that. You accelerate through your consciousness journey, Master, through experience. Through experience. And that is a truth. That is a truth. You are working on non-judgment of self because you are all thought and loving yourself. We do not understand why humans believe that they need to move so quickly through something because there isn't a medal at the end or a trophy, and you're never going to be done. And since there's no such thing as time, we would suggest you drop the need or intention for speed or acceleration and focus on thoroughness on your journey. That is what is going to bring you so much joy and so much full transformation in your experience, in all of your knowing of yourself as source.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question, which is, coincidentally, thank you so much for sharing your question, Pura Vida Joaquin, coincidentally. Oh, yes, please. I have been taking thyroid medication for decades and would love to know how to heal that also. So I guess this was already responded in the previous question, in the previous answer, correct?
Well, we would suggest a metal detox for sure, a wonderful metal detoxification system. And watch what you're eating. Watch what you're saturating with your body with, Masters. You have so much poison in your foods, so much poison in your air, so much poison in your water. And we know that it can seem like it's hopeless to really be able to fix all of those things, but you can certainly be more mindful and certainly be more refined in your choices, okay? But Thyroid Master is also so much energetically about speaking your truth, feeling safe to speak your truth. Obviously, self-care is massive, from exercise to breath work to sleeping patterns to meditations and all of those things. But it's the speaking the truth is the energetic aspect behind thyroid issues. And may not be so much that you absolutely don't speak your truth, Master, but it is the energy behind feeling that you are safe in speaking your truth, safe to be loved, safe to be heard, safe to be seen, and safe to be supported in how immensely important you are and that your voice is valuable.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question. All right. It comes from Robin Nazima. Lovely to be here from Aussie. Thank you, Kasey and Julius, for the excellent workshop on healing energies. It was profound. Actually, it's just a a sentence regarding how Robin Azima feels after the workshop on healing energies. It was profound. The wisdom given, I am still integrating. All right. I think that, maybe, it was like a couple of weeks ago that we actually announced the healing workshop. Would you mind the healing energies workshop just to say a little bit more about it and what does it consist of? Kasey?
We've never ever done a retreat or a workshop that is going to be this saturated in energy work. It is going to be hyper focused on your energy field, on raising your frequency, which always is going to transfer in healing work for you, expansiveness work, and accelerated work for you. So we were able to, I was able to discover some new energy work for myself this year with Julius, of course, coming through. And we launched the vault systems to be able to remove the kryptonic vaults stuck in your energy bodies. And then we've also been able to activate the dormant spiral helixes DNA. So you don't just have one spiral helix, you have three. Two have been laid dormant. And we started launching where Julius is starting to get those other spiral helixes moving for you. And people have been having these massive, profound shifts and changes. And we thought, oh my gosh, why don't we get crazy and put them all together in a 3-day retreat and kind of energetically blow the socks off of everybody, right? And of course, Julius always has some other quantum practices for people too. When you come to a retreat or a workshop with Julius, we never quite know what they're going to do with everybody. But this is a 3-day retreat. A lot of times we do a 2-day retreat. This is a 3-day retreat. It's in an intimate space, and it's going to be very intense, energetic work, along with, of course, Julius's teachings, which we just can't get enough of. And just to be live with them, if you've had energy work with me and with Julius, and we do it through the Zoom, which is a good portable. It's a very good portal. It's a very good usable portal. It's what we use for our international work and things like that. But to be live in the room with Julius during energy work is kind of it's indescribable. It's next level stuff. So this is for the people who are really looking for that injection in their life, that injection of quantum energy, that injection of an extraordinary experience. And then, of course, there's nothing more fun to be in front of myself channeling Julius live in front of an audience as well. And just to be able to, ask your questions and interact. But I also want to say this, and I will always support this, Angel, and you know that this is true. We talk about this all the time. It's all of you that get to be around each other. Like that ends up being the coolest thing, right? Hanging out, having great conversations. You guys are amazing practitioners. To have the opportunity for people to interact, have conversation, be on a conscious journey with like-minded people and have the opportunity to get together with them. Can't say enough about it. We have so much fun at these retreats. It has been a very, very, very massively profound shifted change in my life this year. Huge shift and change in my life this year. My Phoenix energy, thankfully, has been the end result of it as I'm still going through this process. And to finally be able to get into people hands-on and show them what is going on and how Julius has accelerated through their channeling through me and the applications made available now through Julius, and it's just going to get bigger and better and bigger and better. But we wanted to get one in before the end of the year, and so this is where we're at. It's coming up this next weekend. If you are interested and want to still try to slide in, hit that QR code, get with Sue like now, like tonight or tomorrow, because this is it for us to possibly be able to pick up a few more people. So if it resonates with you, check it out.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And let's go to the next question that comes from, Robin Azima. So Kasey, Julius, and Angel, so appreciated your precious time and enjoy this show so much, sharing the replays to all. I'm wondering, when judgment is held within the energy bodies, is there a time period it takes to densify into the physical body, or does it depend on an individual?
Oh, that's a really great question, Master. So it does vary. It does vary, but it has to do with how much you process that, So if you are running on judgment all the time, you're going to have problems all the time. And it can show itself from just aches and pains, joint problems, immune deficiencies, sight problems, ear problems, throat problems, every kind of problems, gut problems. So just general health problems are also a byproduct of judgment, all the way to if you have a particular area, emotional area that you have a lot of judgment on, then that can be determined on where it really ends up on a focus on the body, your legs, your arm, your stomach, your back, your shoulders, your lungs, different things. So there are definitely strongholds on particular judgments of thought that will manifest in particular areas of the body. But it all has to do with how much you are in judgment and thought, how much you are in the low frequency of depression, sadness, and environmental conditions can also come into play. And the injectables that they do on your body that activate the crap in your DNA is also going to accelerate all of those chronic conditions showing up. So you've actually been poisoned to accelerate the actualization or the manifestation of thought erosion through the body than you ever were. And your energy bodies have actually also been affected on the efficiency, or we should say deficiency, in being able to clear those negative thoughts out of your energetic field. You've got a lot of blocks in there. You may want to check out the vault sessions that we have made available on our website if you are interested in trying to help to clear your energy bodies of low frequency and fear-based thoughts and emotions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question of this 81st show of the Ask Julius show. Incredible that we have already reached 81 shows. It's amazing how every single show we have new questions that nobody asked before. It's incredible. So much wisdom that's being shared by Julius and their group of entities. I'm going to ask an offline question asked a few days ago by Amy N77. The question is there a way to stop reincarnation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love yourself and stop being afraid of death. So reincarnation, first thing is this, Master, we want to make this very, very clear. You are choosing to reincarnate yourselves. It's not happening to you. You're doing it. So you may stop it at any time that you choose. But why would you want to? You're coming here for extraordinary experiences, for expansion, and to know yourself through the physical. Why do you think it's bad? Why do you think it's bad? Okay. It's like, well, when am I going to stop playing soccer? And we're like, well, we guess when you decide to stop playing soccer. Okay. So that is the ultimate truth. You're speaking as if something outside of you is doing it to you. And that is not a truth. And you're also speaking very definitively that it's a bad thing to be here on the earth. And if that's the case, you're definitely not going to stop reincarnating, because you will not be finished with your experience here on this earth ship until you love it. until you fully love it so much and you realize that it is an extraordinary, joyous thing to be here. You will never finish anything that you judge, Master. You can only finish something when you love it. And anytime that you are in fear, you are in judgment. And everybody has been programmed to fear death. And so usually when you transition from physical to non-physical, you are filled with fear, regret, guilt, remorse. And that will always bring you back to the earthship because you're not loving this experience yet. So generally you will stop reincarnating when you stop judging your experience in being here as a negative or limited thing. But never, ever, ever forget, Masters, you are choosing your process. There's nothing outside of you that is governing the system for you.
All right. Thank you so much. That was a great question. I always wonder about reincarnation. I love the answer as usual. Next question is an offline question. I just posted the short form of it. This is the whole question from Hilda B., one of our most frequent flyers of this Earthship. If I understood correctly, we live an energy essence in every physical experience, making it eternal. What is energy essence? Is it the emotion that souls attach to a thought? Is it the fractal of soul? That was her question.
Well, Master, you are energy, and energy never goes away. So you are everywhere. Your essence is everywhere. Okay. But when you have an emotional experience, it gets, what do we want to say? It gets captured. But energy essence is your thought consciousness everywhere, Master. That's what it is. So depending on whether you are considering yourself energy only once you've emotionally processed yourself, that can remain in any given experience, which is in the eternal moment of now. But you are also pure thought energy essence, Master, which lives everywhere. So your energy essence is all source energy. Okay. There are different types of energy imprinting. There are different types of energy footprints. Some is trauma, some is fear, some is joy, some is extraordinary enthusiasm for different things. This can transfer itself into apparitions, and it can transfer itself into ghosting. And it can also just simply transfer itself into multi-fractaled experience of walking in and out of timelines and lifetimes and interfolding into dimensional aspects of your own self, where you feel fully connected and knowing that you exist in the all and you literally jump everywhere. And that's a form of energetic trailing systems for yourself. So that conversation isn't quite complete enough for us to answer your question with maybe the pinpoint accuracy that you are looking for, Masters, but you are energy and you cannot not be anywhere. That's what we will say.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we have our friend Amit Deer. Thank you, Amit, for being here. It's always an honor. And he has one question right there. Hello, everyone. Great to be on this show. Angel, hope you are doing great. Thank you so much. The question, could Julius please let us know truth about mysteries about Kailash Mountain, as no one is being able to climb it and is considered highly sacred in India?
Well, we're not sure if you're saying that they aren't physically able to climb it, or if you're saying that they are not allowed to climb it. We're not quite sure when you say that they can't climb it. Are they not physically able to climb it, or does the country not have allowance for access to that mountain? If you're asking us why, in either case, we will tell you that it has to do with what's going on inside of that mountain. And that's all that we can say about that without getting a strike on YouTube.
Okay, wonderful. Fair enough. Thank you. Nice to see you. I mean, obviously, as usual. Let's go for another question. This is going to be another offline question. We're trying to go back and forth between the onlines and the offline questions. By the way, we already have the show. Past half the show, 81. This is number 81 episode of the Ask Julius Show. Thank you so much. This is the show in which our audience, online and offline, they send us questions, and Kasey Wallace is kind enough to channel the group of entities that are with Julius. And these are the answers that we get every single week. We have literally hundreds of questions that we have answered, but every week we have new answers and new questions. The next question comes from Sony Dean offline. Julius, how many of us are organic and how artificial in percentage? Also, I cannot even imagine that these dark nonsense manipulators can win anything. I wonder how something so low, so stupid, and primitive can even exist. It is time to awaken.
So let's speak of your question in a little bit broader sense. Are you asking fully organic, partially organic? Are you speaking fully synthetic or partially synthetic? Okay, so again, your question is not detailed enough for us. Okay, they have synthesized humans, almost all of you, to a certain degree. That is a truth. Okay, that is a truth. You have been filled with metal and you've been filled with plastic. That is a truth. All of you that have, been drinking out of plastic bottles, that you microwave your food in plastic containers, that you drink out of aluminum cans, that you have, so they put metals and plastics in everything, and they are synthesizing you because those things affect the brain, and then your brain can be controlled, mind controlled. So you become a synthesized type of being or a programmed being. They also do that through programming. So when you are speaking, Master, nowadays, the synthesization has crept in to quite a big percentage of organic beings here on this earth. If you're asking us full AI synthesized robots or clones here on this earth, we would say 35%. That's what we will tell you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go to another live question from Charity Thornton. Julius, another person that I love to watch and learn from is Master Earth. Julius, has he ascended off this planet and is okay?
Masters, it depends on, when we say ascend, okay, we say that they raise to themselves to a sixth level of consciousness, raise their frequency and transfer themselves to light, no longer dying off and extrapolating the soul out of the physical body, therefore never diluting or diffusing their level of consciousness ever again. And then when they choose, or if they choose to re-enter the earth, they descend their light back into matter. That's actually the process that all of you have always done until you forgot yourselves as source. Okay. If you are asking us just, transferring from physical to light, that's what all of you do. Are you asking us if that person reached the point of being able to transcend itself from physical back to light? We would say no. We do not see that as a truth. And that's what we will say about that.
All right. Thank you so much. The next question comes also live from Jason Anthony. According to the channel Bashar, there are more and more hybrids out there. Are hybrids aware they are hybrids? And do they have an instinct to raise their awareness?
It depends on the programs for the hybrids, Master. It's the same type of amnesia state that you're in. Most of you don't know that you're source, and yet you have the ability to become aware of that. If you are talking about hybrids as in interspecies organic hybrids, or are you talking about synthesized hybrids? Again, the questions aren't clear enough. There are organic hybrids, okay, where off-planet beings and humanoid configured beings have been put together, come together in a system of a reproductive aspect. And if they are sentient, then they have the ability to come to the awareness of many things, as you are, masters. If you're talking about a partially synthesized person versus a partially organic person, it would depend on how much programming is running through the synthesized version and whether or not the organic version of that being is desiring in a strong enough action to know itself as more than the limitation that it is projecting decides to do, just like you. But if they have been synthesized, we will guarantee that they are being highly controlled and programmed. And so that it is not likely that during this physical experience that they're going to reach heightened states of consciousness. But once that sentient soul aspect in any fractal, fragmented or fractalization of itself reincarnates into another organic body, it will continue to grow and know itself as the all. That's what we can tell you. But don't forget, masters, that organic beings that have a soul inside of them have been severely programmed to never come into a state of awareness of knowing themselves as source. And when your soul is misaligned, you will not know that. And they have done everything to keep your soul out of alignment. So that is what everybody needs to be focused on. If they are partially synthesized, they keep their soul out of alignment. So the soul doesn't override the synthesized programming. And they're doing that with humans as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you another question. Actually, in this case, it's an offline question, and it comes from, let me make sure, it comes from Princesa de Luz, which means in Spanish, the Princess of Light. I haven't seen her live today, but she's always here with us. Thank you for asking this question. What can we do with those close to us who will never understand or accept anything outside the official narrative? Is there any way to ease the fall that will soon come to them?
You can love them. That will always ease the fall. That is the truth. Try to have patience with them and try to have empathy with them. Try not to be angry with them. Try your hardest not to judge them. Have an understanding, masters, that they're programmed, and have compassion for knowing that truth. And when they have the opportunity to get slapped out of their cognitive dissonance state, remember, they're going to be angry. That is what happens initially when cognitive dissonance starts to dissolve away. It causes anger. And so know that that is the truth, and know that the odds are they're going to lash out at anybody who had a position, an advanced position on that truth. In fact, they literally may lash at you and say, you didn't try hard enough to inform them, and you should have tried harder. So be ready to be attacked, be ready to be blamed, be ready for people to be angry. Do not stand for abuse, hold your boundaries, but what you can do, master, is love them and have compassion, because that's what we do with all of you.
Thank you so much. And now another live question from Ursula Baker. I miss my cat Twinkle. Twinkle, Twinkle Toes, sorry, Ursula. She didn't get along with our other cats. One day, she didn't come back home. The next day, a bald eagle came to visit for an hour. Is Toes safe? I can't get her off my mind.
She's been rehomed. Somebody else has her, and she is safe, Master.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, another question from Charity Thornton. Live question. Thank you, Charity, for always having questions for us. Julius, I just learned that King James is William Shakespeare. Can you tell us more about this and how he used words to cast spells on all of us?
Well, all of them use words to cast spell on you, Master. Your whole language is spell casting. Your whole language is spell casting. We've said this before in another show. We encourage you to go back and learn a little bit more about that. So that's what languages are. They cast spells for separation and judgment of yourself and to prevent you from knowing yourself as source. It was not done by a singular person. Will absolutely guarantee you of that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And now a question also offline comes from Sony Dean. Why do we play the supportive role and not the main role? I guess he means in our lives. Why do we play the quote unquote supportive role and not the main role? Thank you.
Programming. You've been discouraged from doing that because in order to play the main role, Master, you would lead. And they can't have all these leaders running around. They wouldn't be able to control you. Okay. So you're punished for leading. So you denounce that position in order to be accepted, loved, and not punished. It's programming for you. That is the truth. If you were to be out of the supportive role, you'd be in the lead role, then you would all be leaders, then you wouldn't be containable, then you wouldn't be programmable, and they will tell you that's bad. They will actually tell you that there would be more chaos out there if they didn't control you. And we say, could there be more chaos out there than there is right now? That's not even possible, right? But that's how that system works.
Okay, all right. Feel free to ask us more questions online. I have another question offline. This comes from Go Time. Regarding the tax system, will Trump try to dissolve the IRS? I noticed that the IRS union supports Kamala.
Well, what we can tell you, Master, is the IRS is already dissolved. They're playing out a narrative for the public. The IRS naturally never was fully activated. It's not a legal system. You aren't even supposed to be paying taxes. In fact, if you look at the buried laws in relationship to the IRS, taxes are voluntary. So you've all been duped. Trump, quote unquote, Trump, okay? And we say that with hyphenation, and we'll leave it at that, is part of a system to expose a lot of these things. That's what we will tell you, okay? And that's part of what they've been trying to expose for a very long time. There is a system called Nasara Jassara that is in law. It was written in law many years ago and then buried, that both John F. Kennedy and Trump have been trying to activate globally. One is a national system, one is a global system that's actually going to give you all your taxes back. It's actually going to give each individual person all the taxes back, and denounce your Social Security numbers, because you actually have money waiting. Your Social Security number is a bank account, and there's actually money in that system awaiting you to come back to you. So your IRS system is a fraud. It is not lawful. It is not legal, but because, they threaten you with punishment, and they punish you. You're totally being duped. Is that part of what trumps Trump? We hope you understand what we're saying when we do this. Like, that image of somebody is working to bring that truth forward for everybody. And it could be a very, very, very interesting year for all of you.
All right. One question that comes from JC Bone, our lovable, lovely, beloved JC Bone. Are there any connections between yoga and Satanism?
We would say no, but we can't speak for everybody who comes up with a type of a system of yoga. Yoga is all about breath work and alignment, aligning you into the now, getting into the energy flow of chi and prana, which is extremely useful to get yourself centered and balanced and be able to open your mind to receive information of how truly empowered you are. That's what it's designed, or the concept of it and the origins of it are for. Are there people out there using it in some perverse way? Maybe. It's not designed originally to be harmful in any way, and it's extremely healthy for the body to provide the assistance in flexibility, flow of all of your nervous system, your blood flow system, your hormone systems, and things like that. And we wouldn't align that with satanic actions. But again, we can't speak for every teacher or every group that may come up with a particular format of yoga. There are different forms of yoga. There's Far Eastern yoga, there's Middle Eastern yoga, and then there's Western yoga. Now, if you're asking us if the Western yogas could be a little less in the high frequency range, absolutely, because they've made them competitive and very calisthenic-like, and they tend to turn it into some type of a sexual thing. And that can go in all kinds of directions. So we would say, generally speaking, no, but the perverseness and the intention of the directions of something that can be taken certainly can go in that direction. Hold your frequency high, Master. You have nothing to worry about in the way that you practice your yoga.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next question comes from Lexi Marie. Julius, can you tell us about the great invasion of 1492 at the Cactus Mountain?
Well, we're not sure what you're asking us. We will tell you that every conflict has been governed. Every conflict has been governed, and every conflict is about money, if that's what you're asking us. What we would tell you about, that's about every invasion and every warring system. If you'd like to get a little more specific, because you're obviously talking about something that you're not putting in specifics for this question, please do so. But there has never been an invasion, a war, or a battle that isn't prompted by a governing system for monetary gain, land gain, or resources gain. That's a truth. That's a truth. They even tribes, okay, native tribes did not war against each other. They needed collaboration with each other until nefarious energies came in and started stirring up this altercation between all of them, started creating competition between all of them. And again, it was always funded, or mysterious weapons were provided by those who were going to come in and grab the gain afterwards. So we're going to go to the highest truth on that there has always been a controlling energy behind conflict, always. You go all the way into, well, backwards in your history, if that's your perception, or concurrently into other timelines. Humanity agreed to collaborate here on the Earthship. Everybody's constitution of high consciousness would command and demand that action. For you would have a knowing that you are the all, and you would honor each other. All they had to do was start getting you to compete against each other and be fearful of each other. And conflict is a natural byproduct. And that's always about gain in some way. So we don't know if that answer satisfies you, but you've all been lied to as to what wars are about, if that's what you're asking us. Whatever you're referring to as your storyline that you have believed that battle was about is not true. It's always about gain. There's always financial gain, and that is the truth.
All right, I'm going to share the screen. Let me try to do it. All right, here we are, because we talked about it like a few minutes ago. All right, here we are. This is the reason why next week there's no show, because actually we are going to be extremely, extremely, extremely busy with these. All right, so she was telling about us, telling about this to us only a few minutes ago. Kasey was, and it's going to happen in, close to Sarasota. Is it the Siesta Key Beach?
Yeah,
Right?
we're going to be visiting Siesta Key Beach, which is near Sarasota, Florida. We obviously, things have been affected by all the crazy hurricanes, but that's not going to hold us back from all the cool things that we're going to be doing. We decided, to do this type of retreat. We really we love to do retreats if possible, obviously near bodies of water. These beaches have crystal, ground up crystals on them, being able to experience those healing energies. Okay. And, to just have the opportunity to, again, utilize a lot of these elements to increase our energy. So because we were focusing on energies for this retreat, we wanted to take advantage of those things. And if you look up or you get information on Siesta Key Beach, you're going to get some information on how cool that beach is, energetically. So we wanted to be able to benefit from the energy usage from that beach as well.
Excellent. As you see, this is all the information you need to know about it. Obviously, you can send a message to support@channelingjulius.com, support@channelingjulius.com, and our beloved and wonderful and lovable also Sue is going to be answering to your questions. And how do you get to that page? You just scan this QR code that you see on the top left corner of this screen. Okay. All right. So let me stop sharing. Let me go back to where we were before. All right. And this is going to be today's last question, coming from Stacy's first question today. All right. So Stacy's question is, and thank you for sharing that personal or making this personal question, Stacy. What does Julius consider as an incompatibility with someone? I am currently separated with my husband, who I love dearly, and I hope through alignment we can grow together on a higher level. Thank you.
Masters, when people come together, they are an energetic match. And when they go away from each other, they are no longer an energetic match. That is the truth. That is the truth. You can reduce it down to particular actions, to particular words, to particular behaviors. This person did this, this person did that. And that is the truth. It definitely is going on. But that is a frequency playing itself out. That is a frequency playing itself out. Okay. And we're going to use this visual if you're watching us, because we've done many classes on this. So people come together and their energies match, and then movement occurs. Movement occurs in the relationship. And sometimes movement for one person goes this way, and sometimes movement for another person goes this way. And they no longer match. They don't always go this way. Somebody can go this way. You can come together when you guys are like this. Pay attention to this. Da 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 da. Oh, we're together? Okay, see you later. Okay? So when you come together, there is an energy match. But somebody could be on their way up and another person could be on their way down. And it no longer matches. Can two frequencies come back together again? Of course, because all things are possible. But it takes awareness of that truth and the desire to come to an energy frequency match. But here's sometimes what happens, which we know is an extreme sadness, an extreme compromise, an extreme limitation. And that is somebody can be so attached to somebody's energy that they will compromise their own energy and reduce it in order to come back with somebody who's in a lower frequency state. They'll sacrifice. And that is through an attachment or a codependent relationship. So that is something for you to take a very serious look at, Master, with love and honor to your own self, and see if you could honestly do an evaluation as to what your relationship was originally about. Odds are it's about attachment, because unfortunately, most relationships are. They can be changed and they can be shifted out of attachment, but the truth is your energies matched at one time and they no longer match. Whatever that means, whatever that means. We don't recommend you sacrificing your energy just to be with somebody. We do not support that any of you came to sacrifice your knowing yourself as source and your extraordinary light and your extraordinary expansiveness for another soul. It could be that your relationship was a karmic agenda, not a soulmate situation. Soulmates do not destroy each other or harm each other or betray each other, Master. Sometimes karma works itself out that way, and also sometimes twin flame relationships come out that way. So there's a lot for you to have the opportunity to take a very deep and sincere look at for your own self. But that is the answer that we shall give you.
Excellent. And that was the last question of today's show. Please, Kasey and Julius and everybody else who's going to be alongside the production team of Expansion Network, all the best for you guys. All the best for you. Enjoy, and please make sure that you have a lot of notes and things to share with us in the upcoming show. Again, next Thursday or next Sunday, there's not going to be a show. So the 80-second show is going to be not the upcoming week, but the following week on Sunday, okay? So just be aware of that. And again, thank you so much, Kasey. Any last words before we go?
Extraordinary gratitude, as always, to all of you. Love and light. Looking forward to seeing those coming to the retreat. Is going to be amazing. And of course, looking forward to seeing all of you here on this platform, as well as our other platforms on channelingjulius.com, our website. Please visit our website. Have an amazing week, everybody. Love you, love you, love you. And thank you so much always for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody that was able to join us. Thank you, everybody that is actually watching us on the replay. We're here for you. Thank you for joining us. This was the Ask Julius Show, episode number 81. In 2 weeks, we will have episode number 82. Thank you again. And also, please don't forget to scan the code at the top left corner about the upcoming retreat. You still have time to be there with Julius and the amazing people are going to be there. We love you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.